Hello friends, my name is Claire and I hate change. Hi guys, it's Claire from Woodshed Theory. I make videos about autism and what it's like to live on the spectrum for an adult female. I put out content 3 times a week, so please click the subscribe button. Just an idea, if you really want to help me out, you can leave one of my playlists playing when you leave the house for the day, and it's a win-win for everyone. I'm coming at you today with a topic that I hate, and that is change. I have a lot of big changes going on in my life right now, and a lot of big changes coming up, so I thought it might be a good topic of conversation to go over for my own sake, and maybe it could be of help to you too. Prior to my autism diagnosis, I thought I was a champion of change. I felt like I could take on changes at any time. It was all gravy. But the truth is, I very much struggle with changes as an autistic person, especially big life changes. See, I like to be sure. I like certainty. I like knowing what's going on and what I'm doing. This might be evident to you if you've ever asked an ASD person to meet up to hang out on the day of. Even if the person doesn't have plans, they might not be in the mental state to adapt to that request so quickly and decline. So why do autistic people hate change? From what I understand, it is because our brains do not like to deviate from any settled plans that we have internalized for ourselves. This can be any event, like the daily routines that you've had planned out, to big life changes like marriages, moving, new jobs, job loss, beginnings and ends of chapters in life, etc. A smaller scale example would be having planned to go to a specific restaurant and then finding out that that restaurant is not open upon arrival. This could be really distressing for someone with autism. The neurotypical person would probably say, well, okay, what other restaurant can we go to, and shift plans quickly, while an ASD person might shut down and want to go home. Or perhaps if there's a plan that others seem to know about and I don't, it's very difficult for me to shift directions when I don't understand what's going on. So if you can imagine that I have such difficulty changing my trajectory for a small thing, you can probably also imagine how hard it is for me to change my trajectory on big life changes, big life shifts. So yeah, it is a common trait among autistic people that we don't like change. But maybe a better way to put it is that we don't handle change very well. Most of the time, we may act like things are fine even when there are changes, but we've learned to heavily mask our response to appear fine on the outside as to not upset the status quo. Honestly, usually the change is not the issue. It's really just a drawback of ASD that is an obstacle that generally needs to be overcome by the autistic person. Why is that? Well, because changes are a part of life. Certainty is not possible in every situation. Now, pre-diagnosed Claire did not know this. Seeking certainty was a huge part of my ASD and OCD behaviors, and it really caused a lot of distress in my life. So I will probably always struggle with the concept of change. But I do feel that I have learned some things that have helped me as I'm going through periods of change in my life, and I wanted to share some of those strategies with you. First, the biggest thing that has helped me is self-awareness and mindfulness. When there is a change that happens, I no longer require myself to respond to that change immediately. I give myself a moment, even if it means I need a moment to myself. to internalize and process the change that is happening. I think I used to feel pressure to adapt immediately, and that would cause me anxiety and stress, and I would act out or shut down. I let myself process now, and it works a lot better for me. I no longer let myself feel the immediate pressure when plans change or pop up without processing time. If it means I can't go along with those changed plans at the time, and in the long run it won't hurt anyone if I have to bow out, then that's okay. Second, and I've heard this from other videos, I do try to plan ahead somewhat for changes. For example, if we were going out to eat at a restaurant, I might have pre-planned another restaurant or two that we could go to in case something happens. That way I'm already ready for the change. Now, you have to be careful here not to be too controlling of situations, but I feel that gets better over time as you learn to confront and move past the anxiety that a quick change can bring you. But in general, I think the biggest thing that has helped me with change is knowing that change is hard for me. I think in a way I used to ignore how I was feeling and just push through it because everyone seems to handle it fine, so I should be able to as well. Now I can respond to a situation and regulate my emotions in a more happy and healthy way. I have given myself permission to be less stressed. So what about you? Are you on the spectrum and also struggle with change? What types of coping mechanisms have you come up with to work through changes? I would love to know in the comments below, and it would be helpful for others as well if you commented your strategies below. So that is it for my video today. I will see you next time. If you have any questions, go ahead, leave them down below, and thank you for watching my video.